Yo! Tom Fiddzy here with a random video review of Falcon and the Winter Soldier episode 4. This episode, it was action-packed and the action was good. But I will say that this episode, the characters were a little bit annoying with how stupid they were in many situations. But there was some good stuff in this episode. I don't think it was as good as last week's episode. You know, that scene in the shipping containers and all of the fights and stuff there in the last episode was just probably my favourite part of the series so far. But this had some good moments, so let's break it down. Why were the characters so stupid? It's because there were so many situations where I'm just like, what are you doing? Like, Sam and Bucky just letting Zemo just like walk around on his own, and like when he was like talking to that kid, making his own plans, you think that Winter Soldier would be on him all the time. I do actually like how like casual and comfortable Zemo seems to be. You know, they're chilling out like at his old residence. He's like just got out the shower. It's a completely different Zemo from the one that we originally knew. And I really like the BARON Zemo. This new BARON Zemo that we're getting, he's really cool. And he really gels with Falcon and Bucky. You know, they even like know him so well. They reference his like little head tilt like that as well. The series should be called Falcon, Falcon the Winter Soldier and Zemo. BARON Zemo. Just all three of them. They're great together. It's a shame that he's disappeared. I'm sure it's not the end of him. I'm constantly worried in this series that is he going to get killed off at the end? You know, he's a target for a lot of people. I hope that he doesn't. He has some great moments in this. The scene with the kids and the Turkish Delight. The second he brought up Turkish Delight, I'm like, there's more to Turkish Delight. You don't just bring them up. That was really cool, seeing like his way of doing things. Again, as I mentioned, the scene where he's just being so casual, he just like walked out the shower and everything. And I really like the scene where he got the super soldier serum and he had one in his hand. And for a split second, I was like, is he going to take one? No way. And then no, he's true to his character and he smashes them apart from one, which obviously was going to happen. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But yeah, I love that, how he was very true to his character. And I actually really like the talk he had with Falcon, where they actually kind of get like a little bit of common ground. As I say, you can see this little group of three kind of gelling, and it's working. It's really working. And maybe even, you know, stuff from Zemo's maybe rubbing off a little bit on Falcon and on Bucky. And definitely some stuff from Falcon is rubbing off as well on Zemo. Falcon kind of even brings up, you know, Cap was like the one exception of like a good super soldier. But, you know, what about Bucky now? And Zemo was kind of like, so, you know, there's a lot of like kind of new depth coming to him, and it's really good to see his character grow, and also him influencing others and seeing them grow around him. Like that scene with Falcon, I think was really, really good. It started off this episode, we got the Dora Milaje, we went back to Wakanda, we got the Wakanda theme, and we got the White Wolf stuff with Bucky, which was great. Sometimes this series does feel a lot more like the Winter Soldier show, like Winter Soldier and Falcon, but as this episode progressed, we definitely started to see why it is the Falcon and the Winter Soldier as well, because Falcon, he got his Falcon suit back, and he had that amazing scene as well, not just with Zemo, but with the leader of the Flag Smashers, whose name I've just absolutely blanked on, yeah, with the leader of the Flag Smashers just after she held the funeral, and that was a really great scene. Because you start to, you know, I forgot that he used to coach troops and stuff. You know, we're normally used to seeing him being quite cocky and stuff, being quite, you know, like you know, playing around, being a bit of a laugh. But really, you know, he's a guy who cares about people and just sits and listens to their problems and help them out. I completely forgot about that part of his character from when we first saw him. And we get to see it here come back. And that was a great introduction of taking the stuff that when we first met him and bringing it back now. And he was getting through. And as we saw later on, you know, he kind of believes in them a little bit. And they also kind of believe in what he's saying a little bit. And what I really love now in this series is that the lines are very much getting blurred between the villains and the good guys. Apart from maybe one character, like, you know, Zemo, we're getting some sympathies from him. We're starting to see him maybe soften a little bit. We're seeing Falcon maybe get a little bit more rough around the edges, you know. Bucky's always been in that grey area. Sharon is a big question mark at the moment. Like, is she a good guy? Is she a villain? Is she the I keep saying Shadow Broker from Mass Effect, the Power Broker. Is she actually the Power Broker? Does she have more stakes in this than we actually realise? You know, has she been in the villainous world far too long and has gone pure villain? And yeah, we also have it in the Flag Smashers as well. Maybe like they definitely think that they're on a course for good, but what they're doing is evil. Maybe they're kind of seeing the error of their ways. And then we have the new Captain America, John Walker, and I thought he was really good in this episode. You know, when you first see him turn up, and he's like, "Oi, what you doing?" I was just like, you know what? We're seeing Bucky, we're seeing Sam, Zemo. They're all kind of in their regular clothes. Zemo's got his big hood up, but apart from that, they were like in regular clothes. And then we got the new Captain America walk up in his costume, and at that point, I'm like, you know what? It is a little bit silly, isn't it, when they're wearing their superhero costumes, because he's proper standing out. But I think he really worked in this episode for me, because he picked up that last vial of the super soldier serum, and as I think everybody on the internet knew, he was going to keep it and he was going to use it, and he did, and we get to see an awesome version of Captain America, who is, you know, he's fighting for good. He wants to do good. We get a great backstory with him as to why he wants a super soldier serum. It's not just the kind of fill Cap's boots. He definitely has that pressure of being a regular guy trying to fit Captain America's boots, and he's a regular guy like Falcon. He's a regular guy who's just stuck in a world of superheroes, trying to fight superheroes, and he's getting his butt kicked. He got his butt kicked by the Don Melage, and they're not even superheroes, as he said. Zemo actually asked Falcon in this episode, do you want the super soldier serum? And Falcon straight away was just like, no, I don't want it. And I think that's really interesting, because obviously he's going to be the guy who takes the shield, and he definitely don't want it. So, and he is a regular guy in a world of humans. Sure, he has a super suit and he's got great kicking abilities and stuff, but he's just a regular guy who uses some tech and has some enhanced training, you know? So that's actually really interesting, because we're seeing the opposite now in the guy who currently has the shield. He wants to take the super soldier serum, and he does want it for a good reason. You know, he had traumatic times in Afghanistan where he couldn't help. He's now a Captain America, and he still can't help. The only way he feels like he can help is if he has the super soldier serum, and he takes it, and as we know, it doesn't just affect your body, it affects your mind as well. And he was already a little bit on the rocks. You know, he may be a good guy, but he definitely had some pressure there. He definitely had some, I'd say, anger management issues maybe. You know, there was definitely a you know, like a tick under there, that a guy who was ready to explode, and we see it in this episode. He took the soldier serum, his friend, his wingman, gets killed, and he snaps, and we have that great ending where he gets the shield and he's just bashing it on the guy's chest until the shield is red, and we get that awesome shot of him holding the shield with the blood on it, dressed as Captain America. But this is the modern world, and he is Captain America, so he's a famous guy in the modern world. Everybody has their cameras out, and everyone is filming him, and he's standing there. Maybe you can get the impression that he's like, I shouldn't have done that, but at the same time, he's also given the impression of, I don't care, I'm still very focused on the mission. And he's meant to be the symbol of America. He's meant to be the person who goes up on stage and makes everybody feel good, and here he is, he's just beaten someone to death, who was even saying, and people recorded it, it wasn't me, and he just brutally killed him. That's really cool. Is this now going to be our final big bad? And I like this twist. I like the fact that all of the players in this, though, are all kind of shades of grey characters, and there's no clear, it's me, I'm the villain. There's no clear version of that. You know, even with like the Dora Milaje turning up, you know, they're obviously good guys, but they won't stop until they get Zemo, and they got in the way in this episode. So yeah, really cool. And that was another reason why this episode, I was like, the characters are so stupid, because you had Captain America at the beginning. He just didn't put his faith in Falcon and everyone, and he busted in there and ruined the fact that Falcon was talking to that girl and they were, really bonding, and he was basically talking her down and listening to her points of view and kind of influencing her a little bit, and he busted in and he ruined it. Winter Soldier, obviously he just let Zemo walk around, and he let Captain America, because he could have easily stopped Captain America, but he let Captain America walk in there. So that was really silly of him. The Dora Milaje were not listening at all to what's going on, and they busted in the room, and they weren't listening. They got in a fight that let Zemo get away. So a lot of characters being really dumb and really stupid in this episode, but some great character moments between all of the characters. Really interesting as to the new dynamic in the whole cast. How everyone is, you understand their reasons, you understand why they're in the situations that they are in, and you can't really put a finger on who is really the right person in here, apart from maybe Falcon, but his big wrong is the fact that he didn't take the shield in the first place when really he should have. And I also really liked how we got everyone's views in this episode on Super Soldier Serum and on the original Captain America, even from the Flag Smashers, So, yeah, maybe it was actually a really good episode, Maybe I did prefer it more than the last one. Definitely I think last week for action, this week definitely for characters and character interactions between everyone. 2 episodes left. Apparently the next episode there's going to be a new character in here that's really cool. Don't know who that's going to be. It feels like the cast is already very full. Or is it going to be this new evil Captain America? And things are definitely going to start now, or having to get to a point. So I expect the next 2 episodes are going to be very jam-packed, very intense roller coasters. This episode felt like a long episode. I think it was 50 minutes. But this one definitely felt like the most substantial episodes of them all. So yeah. I think it was actually a really good episode. I enjoyed it, enjoyed talking about it. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Oh, and a quick question. Do you find Disney Plus, you have to really turn up the volume, right? Because they'll be talking, they'll be like, Sam, we need to go over the Super Soldier saying, look out, an attack! It's like that. It goes from really quiet to bam, really loud music, especially like the Avengers music and stuff. But that's not a problem of the show, it's just a problem with the service it is on. Anyway, I've been Tom Fiddzy. Thank you for listening to my random video review. Next week, I'll be back. Bye!